and welcome viewers to this edition of Desi Talks. Before we get into the interview, I would like to explain you the format of this interview. Generally, in TV interviews, we see that there is a host and a guest. The host will ask all the questions and the guest will answer those questions. But in this interview, there are two members and both the members will get equal chances to ask questions to each other. My name is Gaurav Kadekar and I have with me joining my good friend Kailash Parsekar. The topic of this interview is the year 2020, where we will be discussing some of the major events that affected our lives positively or negatively. So my first question to Kailash is the most common question, that is about coronavirus. For me personally, my first impressions about this virus were that this virus will not last for a long time. It will vanish by April-May 2020 because that is generally the time where the temperature is highest in India. So Kailash, what were your initial thoughts about this virus and how do you think it has affected the normal lives of the people?
This coronavirus pandemic situation in all over the world was spreading like a wildfire due to poor implementation of guidelines, and millions of cases have been reported all over the world, and I think around 2 millions of people have been died. So many countries around the world ordered lockdown to stop the spread of coronavirus, which caused significant economic fallout. But every incident has two aspects, positive and negative. Events was cancelled and postponed due to pandemic, which led to a reduction in traveling. There were fewer vehicles on the road, which also led to a decrease in air pollution and water pollution. Road accident and crime rate had come down suddenly. Due to lockdown, there was a reduction in transportation and industrial activities, which allowed Mother Nature, to recharge and replenish. Due to lockdown, people have spent quality time with their families, fulfilled their hobbies, learned many new things, many new skills, and understand the hand hygienic and sanitization. This pandemic is a lesson for us to learn many new things. This lockdown showed the short-term depletion in greenhouse gas emission, but this is not an option for a long-lasting climate change. We have to think about the sustainable energy to save the environment. We should ensure that such lockdown should be there every year, so that the entire population should be realized and see how clear can air and water becomes. We can imagine where our country can reach.
और इस समय एक बड़ी खबर आ रही है और बड़ी खबर यह है कि केरल में कोरोना वायरस का पहला पॉजिटिव केस सामने आया है।
ध्यान से सुनिए, पूरे देश में आज रात 12 बजे से संपूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है। हिंदुस्तान को बचाने के लिए, हिंदुस्तान के हर नागरिक को बचाने के लिए, आपको बचाने के लिए, आपके परिवार को बचाने के लिए आज रात 12 बजे से घरों से बाहर निकलने पर पूरी तरह पाबंदी लगाई जा रही है।
I want to ask you about the online lectures. Students attending online lectures. As we all know, the most of the students are forced to attend online lectures due to lockdown, and it has side effects. And it had side effects on students since they have to stare at mobile screen for a long hour. How was your experience? Please share your experience about online lectures.
I have attended online classes on Microsoft Teams app. For me personally, I don't prefer online classes because this is my first year in college and I don't want to miss my college days or college life. Because when you go to college, You can participate in different events, in different competition. You can make new friends, and college days are generally those days which you remember throughout your life. And as a student, I would 100% want to make my college life memorable. Now, I would like to talk about students attending online classes in general. Recently, NCERT has released a survey that stated that around 27% of students had no access to smartphones or laptop to attend online classes. Around 28% of students and parents believed that lack of electricity was a major concern hindering learning and teaching. There was around 200% increase in the viewership of online learning platforms like Vedantu, Byju's, Unacademy, etc. When schools and colleges started conducting online classes, the students who were most affected were those students who were living in isolated areas, because these areas are covered in the forest, and even if students have smartphones or laptop, internet connectivity is a major issue for them.
Apurva, please mute. Apurva Pinto.
मैम सबका और वो बंद कर दो।
Yes, sir.
मेरा
Agarwal, unmute yourself quickly. अभी क्या कर रहा है?
My second question to Kailash is about Goa. We know that Goa is the smallest state of India. Usually the term we use to describe Goans is Sushagad. But the year 2020 was not a Sushagad year for Goans. We saw a lot of Goans stepping out of their houses to protest against the decision taken by government of Goa to cut down trees in Mollem. So Kailash, what are your thoughts about the movement #SaveMollem?
In simple words, in the name of the development, government wants to clear forest in an ecological sensitive areas like Bhagwan Mahavir Sanctuary and Mollem National Park without consulting public. So what is the development government wants to do here? There are 3 projects. First one is highway, which the government wants to be 4-lane. Another one is railway line, and third one is power transmission. But fortunately, the good news is that on 8th December 2020, the High Court gave stay order on power transmission line project. So there are many other problems in all 3 projects, like trees would be cut down, and it is estimated that total 60 to 80,000 trees have been felled. Second problem is that for approving this project, the government did not do any assessment, did not do any proper procedure, did not even consulted the public. In month of March, during the lockdown due to COVID-19, the National Wildlife approved this project through video conferencing. The third problem is that if any railway line or a highways goes through wildlife sanctuary, then it results in habitat fragmentation. You can search about habitat fragmentation, their causes and impacts, you will get it. The fourth problem is that the environmental activists and protesters believes that this is not only about few trees, but entire Goa has been transformed into coal hub. This is the reason why that in 2023 Goa's CM Manohar Parrikar rejected these three projects. Extension of the railway and highway is not for the convenience of the public. It is for the convenience of big corporations. This is the reason that Goan protesters stands with the banner says that गोंयांत कोळसो नाका.
हे 3 प्रोजेक्ट जे आसा त्या 3 प्रोजेक्ट समजा केंद्र सरकाराचे गव्हर्नमेंट गोवा गव्हर्नमेंट जर आमच्या बरोबर रावना जाल्यार गोंयचो दूधसागर जो आसा तो गोंयच्या हातांतल्यान वतलो. कारण हे जे ट्रान्समिशन लायन आसा नॅशनल हायवे आसा आनी जे डबल ट्रॅकिंगाचो जो तेंच्यांनी षडयंत्र चलयला ह्या सगळ्या षडयंत्रांतल्यान एकूण वेस्टर्न घाट काबार करप. तुमकां खबर आसा की
My next question to you is about IIT in Goa. As we all know, state government of Goa was planning to construct IIT campus in Menaulim village in Sattari Taluka. And many Goans were against this project. So, what do you think? What do you see about this protest?
The Menaulim village falls in Sattari Taluka in the Western Ghats. Lying in the midst of 3 wildlife sanctuaries, Bondla in the west, Mahari in the east and Bhagwan Mahavir Sanctuary in the south. The village was identified as an ecologically sensitive area by a notification released by government in October 2018. The notification states that any construction exceeding 20,000 square meters is not allowed in ecological sensitive area. The proposed IIT project was to be constructed over an area exceeding 15 lakh square meters, which means that if the villagers had allowed the government to construct IIT, then government would have to cut down 2 lakh trees to construct the institute. But after 4 months of continuous protest by the Menaulim villagers, the government had to finally drop down this idea. Now coming to my favorite topic that resulted in widespread protest all across India, that is the Farm Bill 2020. So Kailash, how do you see these protests which are still being carried out in Delhi?
Agriculture contributes to around 15% of our GDP. The three farm bills which has been passed recently by the government are the steps towards establishing better and bigger platform for farmers to sell their produce. This bill will increase the growth in agriculture sector by providing farmers better facility in marketing and storage infrastructure like cold storage chain. Now farmers have their own choice whether they have to sell the produce in the APMCs or directly to the private players outside the APMC market space. There is no guarantee that by passing these 3 bills, farmers' income will increase. In Bihar, when APMC established, farmers received price much less than MSP, minimum support price. So my opinion is, instead of letting private players to enter into the system, we have to strengthen the APMCs so that they can help the farmers to increase their income.
जिंदाबाद।
So my next question is about vaccine. You must aware of it. Vaccines have been rolled out in India, which means that now we have medicine for coronavirus. Gaurav, what are your thoughts about vaccine?
All the Indians were waiting to hear the good news about vaccines showing results. By the end of the year 2020, Government of India had announced that they will roll out vaccines for the treatment of patients by early 2021. India is the largest buyer of COVID-19 vaccines with 1.6 billion doses. According to global analysis, some scientists say it is a number that will cover around 800 million people or around 60% of India's population, and which will be able to develop a herd immunity. India has purchased around 500 million doses of Oxford University AstraZeneca vaccine, 1 billion doses from US company Novavax, 100 million doses of Sputnik V vaccine from Russia. In India, priority will be given to healthcare workers and frontline workers, followed by citizens of India who are above 50 years of age and those who are below 50 years of age with comorbidities. 2 Atmanirbhar vaccines are approved by Indian government, that is Oxford University AstraZeneca vaccine manufactured by Serum Institute of India and indigenously developed Covaxin developed by Bharat Biotech.
Ready for the vaccine बोलने का है। Ready for the vaccine introduction देंगे। So this is how much X.
So now we will be talking about small stories that attracted everybody's attention in India in the year 2020.
Our Indian serial Ramayan breaks all records of viewership. On March 28, Doordarshan telecasted Ramanand Sagar Ramayan on public demand. It has now become India's most watched show with the viewers 7.7 crores.
In the year 2020, Government of India had banned 59 Chinese apps including PUBG, TikTok, Shared app, etc. Shared was one of the most famous app in India. As of June 2019, it was estimated that TikTok had around 120 million monthly active users in India, which is a huge number. TikTok had a lot of content creators from India who had made a successful career on TikTok platform. For them, TikTok was a good source of earning income. But due to ban on TikTok, they were forced to switch on different platforms like YouTube, Instagram Reels, etc.
Almost after 10 years, the Supreme Court of India ordered that Ayodhya land will be handed over to a trust to build Ram Mandir. And the Bhumi Pujan was performed by Prime Minister on 5th August 2020. And some of them are saying that Ram Mandir in Ayodhya will take 36 months to come up.
It was a video that went so viral that it won hearts all across the country and really all across the world. It happened 2 months back. Kanta Prasad, owner of Baba Ka Dhaba, was an internet sensation.
Actually, the BCCI suspended the IPL tournament indefinitely in 2020 due to lockdown. But on 2nd August 2020, suddenly it was announced that tournament would be played between 19th September to 10 November 2020 in the United Arab Emirates. And news was again Mumbai Indians won the IPL trophy in 2020.
When Prime Minister Narendra Modi declared nationwide lockdown, lot of people were uncertain about this virus. In such circumstances, it was important for all of us to stay united. And in order to do that, Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged all the people to carry out small activities like clapping, to light diyas, etc. Such activities proved to be the symbol of unity in diversity of India. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it.
श्री राम